Hey, it's time at Dish with D. That's me. Oh, my face looks chubby. It's time for the one WW weekly topic du jour, my weigh-in. Yeah, based on the way my face looks today, you'll know I'm up. Yes, well, this week I earned it, and I'm totally not surprised at all. So, yes, I'm not shocked. I'm going, no, I ate my face off this week. I did. I was blown away by last week because I was on plan. So yeah, this week I didn't give a shit. So I gained 1.6, which honestly isn't bad for what I ate this week. I mean, it's not like I ate a dessert here or there. I ate all week. I ate a bag of popcorn on Tuesday. I ate pasta twice this week. I ate last night before weigh-in. I never eat pizza for dinner the night before weigh-in. Never. It is a cardinal rule that I do not eat pizza. And what did I eat last night? A slice of pizza. I didn't give a shit. I didn't. So honestly, this was actually better than I expected. Only 1.6. Yeah, for eating what I ate all week. It's not just 1 day, 2 days. It's 6 days. I think I might have had one good day on plan this week. Might only have one good day on plan. But yeah. So I consider that a win. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with a gain of 1.6. Did it throw me last week? Absolutely. It does. It puts you in a tailspin. It does. So, honestly, I really want to get my ass back in gear because I am, let me see, with this, what I am over goal. What I am over goal. All right. I am 163. I need to be 156. So, I am like 7 pounds, almost 7 pounds over goal. Well, you go to 58 because that's what they check. So it's still a lot. And I have to get weighed in June. So what really aggravates me more than anything, I think, not that I've gained, is what I've gained now. That's good. The last 15 months. And now when it's time to open up, jackass gains weight. That's what I'm a little bit disappointed in. But let's move on because it's all you can do, you know. But like I said, I'm actually pretty happy. Honestly, I'm pretty happy. Last Saturday, not a word of lie, we went out for Mexican, or was it Sunday? I can't remember what day. And I had a bowl of tortilla chips. Yes, I did. A bowl. Legit, a bowl. Our table had 3 bowls. I had one of myself, honestly. I did. My dinner, though, was so on point. It was a grilled piece of chicken. It had beans and vegetables. It was so, like, Weight Watcher friendly. It was sad. Blew it with the chips. But you know what? I was at the point where I didn't give a shit. And you get to that point, you just don't give a shit. And I'm actually, hopefully, I'm through the don't give a shit point. Because now I'm looking at the scale and saying, you better give a shit. Because you're going to get that big old 6-pound, big old butt back there. Do the walk of shame yet again. I've done it way too many times. But it's only like, it's not 50 pounds, it's 6. So I have to keep that in perspective. It's not, oh my gosh. I don't want to come here and say like, oh my God, Dee, it's 6 pounds. Like, get over yourself. And I agree. It is. It's not a whole lot. And I'm not really crying about it. Or, you know, it's just something that I'm just disappointed that I waited till the end to do it. I should have done it at the beginning of COVID. Yeah. But yeah, it's like I said, there's people out there with way more than I have, so I can't sit here and act like, oh my God, like, oh, yeah. It's really, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that bad, and I know that. So let's move on to the topic, and I see the thing, and I'm already going, you friggin' kidding me. I've done this a million stinking times, and I know. Let's talk about the fact that I posted a video yesterday about fats and how important they are in your diet. I will link that right here, because honestly, that's a way better video to watch than this. Just let you know that now, because we've seen this topic. Say goodbye to critical self-talk and say hello to a stronger mind. It's about thinking negatively about ourselves. You know what? I could sit here and give you I could read this whole thing and go over and over and over, but who is most critical to you than you? I could sit here and tell you self-talk is how, be positive. It's in our head. This whole thing is in our head. And I could sit there and tell you till I'm blue in the face, you're not going to listen to me and believe me because that's how we are. Kristen Fisher, yeah, we're doing this again. We're doing this again. I just can't. Breathe, Denise. All right. That was my rant. Let's see what they have to say. Anything new? I highly doubt it's same BS it says every month. Let's move myself over so I can read it. Try this. Create and repeat a self-compassion affirmation to use during the setbacks or challenges. Thinking of how you supportively talk to your friends and how friends help. You know what? You know, we are our own worst enemy, and it's always been that way, and it always will be that way. It's like trying to change, you know, how we think about ourselves, and it's hard because we still see that chubby girl, that 110-pound girl that I still see her, and I still see her in the mirror. So it's hard to sit there and say, think positive thoughts, because mentally we see the old self, and we always will. I always say, try to surround yourself with positive people. You don't need to hear from yourself because you're never going to say it. I'll say it that you're never going to say it. You're just not. But if somebody says it to you, go see somebody you haven't seen in months. And they'll be like, even though you're like, if I see somebody that I haven't seen in, which I did last week at a funeral. Yeah, I was feeling pretty bad about myself. I'd gained 2 pounds, but I saw people who I haven't seen in over a year since the beginning of COVID. And they're like, wow, look how thin you look. I said, girl ain't thin, but that was a great affirmation because they see the change. I might not, but they see it. And that's what's important, because what you see is never real. What we feel is never real. I love when people say, I feel fat. Have you looked in the mirror? Like I'll have people say that, not about me, like about themselves. I'm like, oh, come on, you're not fat, but they feel fat. So they feel it comes up from in here. They don't say I look fat. They say I feel fat, you know, and that's a thing that we all suffer with. And that's not something that's ever, I don't think ever going to go away. Wish they would address that. But yeah. Oh yeah. Just tell yourself you're doing great. You know, what I say to a friend is not something I'd say to me, because I don't see me as I am. We never see ourselves as we are. But I always say, go find somebody you haven't seen, and don't even bring it up to say, hey, let's have coffee. And all of a sudden, like, oh my God, what have you done? You'd be like, oh, I'm some Weight Watchers. And they're like, oh, it looks really great. People you haven't seen will make you feel so much better about yourself than you will ever make yourself feel. True. True enough. True enough. Well, that's what BS you're going to have. List a phrase that you have felt comforting in the past. Words you've heard, advice you've given, encouragement you would have liked to have heard. You're not going to believe it. You can post anything on your refrigerator you stinking want. If it's not coming from somebody else, you're not going to believe it. Like, maybe you have a supportive family, like a husband or a son or a daughter. That's how I do. So I always, when I sit there and say negative things, you're like, oh, please, Mom, look at you. Oh, so I have that affirmation. Like they get on my case when I make, you know, and I come down on myself. They're like, no, really? You're going to sit there and not eat that? You know, it's all you've like, they're really good like that. So they keep me in check. They make me, you know, accountable to sit there and say, it's not that bad, Denise. You know, you're not that bad. You know, it's really not as bad as you think it is. So if you don't have that support system at home, that's what I'm here for. Come to Tea with D, you know, come to the video chats. I'm going to start doing more chats in like the Facebook rooms in my Facebook group more than YouTube. I feel like YouTube is great, but there's no interaction face-to-face with people. And sometimes when people are, I can look at them in the eye, it's just more of a connection, and I want to make that connection with people. But we'll still do a Tea with D here and there on YouTube for people that don't do Facebook, because there are people that don't. So I will do that, but I want to do some in a really hard core Zooms and go in the Facebook rooms. I want to, like, that's where we need to touch. We need to touch with people, connect with people, because that's what saves us. That's why meeting makers make it, because you're connecting with somebody else in the same boat as you. They will never look at you and go, they'll be like, oh, wow, I get it, you know, because they get it. And you need somebody to get you. And people at your meetings, people with Tea with D, they get you. That's why I love the group. My group, and I say this, they're just supportive. They support each other. They get each other. They understand each other. And that's what you need. You can't sit there and do it alone. You can't put affirmations on a refrigerator and think it's going to work. It just doesn't. We're people. That's why this shutdown was bad for a lot of people, because we need to connect as humans. And we do in our weight loss journeys as well. We need to connect with other people going through it. And there are affirmations. They're the ones every week at your meeting that reaffirm why you're doing what you're doing and get you motivated for the next week. Your leader, your people you sit next to, your peeps, you know. That's why the Facebook group is so important. It's such a place to connect. You could sit there and vent in there and be totally, it's safe, it's secure. Nobody's going to sit there and go tell your husband what you just said because it's none of his business, honestly. So, as I just squirreled away from this whole meeting, like you can put on, I can overcome that, you know, you could, it's just, I'm telling you, this is what they miss. It's the people with people. It's somebody, because all this whole journey is in here. I could read all these things. I can succeed. I am strong. If I don't believe it, and reading it every day in the refrigerator is not going to make me believe it. It's having somebody tell me. Like, wow, look at you. You're doing so great. I'm so proud of you. And how many people have said that to me and how that resonates with me? It's just, I don't know. It really gets to your core. But I can't post things on my refrigerator and expect them to help me because they won't. Hence why I had to go to a meeting. How many times, you know, I applaud the people who do it online. I could never be that girl that could well, I've done it in the last year, but lose all of my weight. I don't think I could have had that. Because you get to that plateau, you get to that where you just sit there and you coast for a while. And I did that in a meeting. I can't imagine at home getting through that without my meeting. I just don't really believe that. But that's why I created the community, to give people that same feel. Because I know how important that feeling is to connect. Oh my God, I can't read the rest of them. Jot down one or more and display the phrases where you'll see them. Read them often. Be sure to repeat the affirmations. I'm not an affirmation person. I'm just not. I live in the real world, and words on a refrigerator aren't going to do it for me. I have to have somebody physically kick me in the ass. Say it to me, you know, ooh, you know. Like my husband might say, you're not going to eat that? You ate a lot this week. Like when I was eating the bag of popcorn, he said, you going to finish that whole bag? And I'm like, ooh, he kind of woke me out of the zone I was in of eating the popcorn, because you get in that zone and I'm like, oh, here, take it. Like I needed to get rid of it. And him saying that snapped me right out of that. Granted, 3/4 of it was gone at that point. I mean, there was only a little bit left, but I didn't finish the bag. That's a win because he said it. I could have walked by the refrigerator and I would have not even looked at these affirmations. No, because he said, you gonna eat that whole bag of popcorn? I was like, ooh, like almost like I was in a trance of eating. Do you ever get like that? You're just fixated. And I didn't see left or right. I was just eating it. And he finally, when he talked to me, it kind of woke me up and I'm like, oh no. So that's how I live my life. And that's what I need. But we're all different. You know, maybe affirmations would be good for you. Who am I? Who am I to sit here and judge anybody? But I'm just saying from my experience, as you know, this channel is Dish with D's experiences with weight loss and life. So, and that's why you come and watch my opinion on the Weight Watchers topic. Remember, you can always go to Weight Watchers and watch their version. Or anybody else on YouTube probably has this up as well. I don't know if they'll be like mine, but yeah, this was not my favorite topic. Never is, because talk to you like you talk to a friend. Would you say that to a friend? No, we would never say these things to a friend. That's just obvious. But yes, we are very critical of ourselves. And that is how we're always going to be. I don't know how anybody... Let me know if you're a person that's changed through this, because I'd love to hear that. Because I've never seen anybody never see themselves. You know, they always see that chubby girl and they always feel that they're always fat and things, and that doesn't fit right. And I know, I just want to know, because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm missing the boat somewhere. I'm going to clean off this desk. Well, that is it for me for this topic. Thumbs down for me on this topic as usual. Kristen, not my favorite topic. But if you want a good topic, like I said, I have a video up yesterday on the fun facts of fat and how important fat is in your diet. Do not poo-poo fat. That is why we get points. We have points for things like that. So go watch that video. I'd appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this, you know, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed after this video, I would love to have you as part of the Dish with D community. It's a community of winners here and a community of support. So I hope you join us. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell that you know when I upload. Who doesn't want to know that? Because you're missing cool videos like these. Just saying. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Memorial Day. Remember, it's Memorial Day. You can do this. I have a video on Memorial Day tips. I'll post that here too as well. Have a great day. We will dish another day. Goodbye.